Hi, good morning class. How are you today? Okay, we are going to continue on the same way. So this title is particular because it is a transitional and linking words used in multiple paragraph essays. What we saw last time is when you are writing, only one paragraph, but in this case, it is when you are writing or when you want to use them in a multiple paragraph essays. Okay, so these are linking words, transitional and linking words that you can use in multiple paragraph essays. Okay, they are numerous, and I have tried to separate them. Okay, so I repeat, here it is transitional and linking words used in multiple paragraph essays. What we saw last time is when you are writing only one essay. Okay, so in this case, in this situation, it is when you want to use them in multiple paragraph essays. Okay, that is why the title is transitional and linking words used in multiple paragraph essays. Okay, thank you. So if you have understood, let's move on. Now the first one is when you want to add information in your essays, in your paragraph essays. Okay, so you have all these expressions that you can use. The first one you have again, you have besides, okay, moreover, another, for instance, for insurance, together with, okay, and likewise, as well, furthermore, additionally, along with, also, for example, equally important, further. Okay, here what you have to notice is that I didn't write some examples of use, but let me tell you that you can use them, okay, when you are adding information. Okay, so I didn't write some examples, but I'm sure that from what we saw last time, you know how to use these examples too in sentences. Okay, so I didn't write some examples just to give you them. Okay, now it is up to you now to use them in examples when you are writing your paragraph essays. Okay, so adding information, you have again, besides, moreover, another, for instance, for insurance, together with, and likewise, as well, furthermore, additionally, along with, also, for example, equally important, further. Okay, equally important and further. Now let's continue. In the second aspect, we have conclusion or summarizing. Okay, it is when you want to conclude or when you want to summarize. Okay, so here you have to use in short, finally, in summary, in conclusion, consequently, due to, all in all, as a result, accordingly, to sum up, thus, therefore. Okay, in short, finally, in summary, in conclusion, consequently, due to, all in all, as a result, accordingly, to sum up, thus, and therefore. Okay, so these expressions, when you use them when you want to conclude or when you want to summarize. Okay, so let me repeat them for you. In short, finally, in summary, in conclusion, consequently, due to, all in all, as a result, accordingly, to sum up, thus, and therefore. Okay, now, in number three is when you are contrasting two things or when you are showing a difference. Okay, number three is when you contrast two things or when you show a difference. Okay, so here you have but, otherwise, even though, conversely, even so, yet, however, counter to, on the other hand, as opposed to. In the meantime, on the contrary, nevertheless, still. Okay, but otherwise, even though, conversely, even so, yet, however, counter to, on the other hand, as opposed to, in the meantime, on the contrary, nevertheless, still. Okay, so these are when you contrast two things or when you show a difference. Okay, so I repeat them quickly for you. But otherwise, even though, conversely, even so, yet, however, counter to, on the other hand, as opposed to, in the meantime, on the contrary, nevertheless, still. Now, in number four we have emphasizing a point. Okay, when you are emphasizing a point, a given point, okay, these expressions are to be used when you are emphasizing a given point in your essay writing or in your paragraph. Okay, so in this case, you must use again, indeed, to repeat, truly, in fact, to emphasize, for this reason, for this in mind, again, indeed, to repeat, truly, in fact, to emphasize, for this reason, with this in mind. Okay, again, indeed, to repeat, truly, in fact, to emphasize, for this reason, with this in mind. So these expressions are used when you emphasize a point. Now, if you want to show similarities, okay, similarities means if you want the same thing, okay, something that is similar means that something which is the same. Two things are similar when they are the same. Here they are not different, but they are the same. Okay, so similarities mean the same thing. So in this case, the expression that must be used to show similarities are in the same manner. In the same manner, okay, if you want in the same way, okay, in the same manner, in the same way, also, likewise, like, both, as, similarly, okay, in the same manner, in the same way, also, likewise, like, both, as, similarly, in the same manner, in the same way, also, likewise, like, both, as, similarly. Okay, so these expressions are used to show similarities. Okay, now during your essay, for example, if you want to clarify some given point, okay, sometime you need to clarify some given point. Maybe your examples or your arguments. If you want to clarify them, you can clarify them with these examples here. You have an example for clarifying ideas or point. That is, you can use that is to clarify your point or your idea. You can use in other words. Okay, these terms are generally used, for example, when you are dealing with definition. Okay, definition. Okay, that is to say, or in other words, okay, these are normally used when you are dealing with the definition of a given point. Okay, so you have that is, in other words, put another way, stated differently, to clarify, for insurance. For insurance. Okay, so that is, in other words, put another way, stated differently, to clarify, for insurance. For insurance. Now, so the following one are expressions for showing location. Okay, for showing location, a location here means a place. If you want to show a place or a location, location means a place. Place means location too. Okay, so you can use this expression. If you want, they are preposition of place. Okay, they can be used as preposition or prepositions of place. As you know that there are so many kind of preposition we have place, time, okay, manner, and so on and so on. So these ones are to be used for location, but they are considered as linking words too. So we have to show location, you can use this one. We have above, across, against, along, alongside, amid, in front of, near, among, around, away from, back of, behind, below, inside, of, beneath, beside, between, beyond, by, down, into, onto, on top of, throughout, for example, throughout the world, for example, okay, outside, to the right, over, under, above, across, against, along, alongside, amid, in front of, near, among, around, away from, back of, behind, below, inside, of, beneath, beside, between, beyond, by, down, into, onto, on top of, throughout, outside, to the right, over, under. Okay, I'll repeat them for you. Above, across, against, along, alongside, amid, in front of, near, among, around, away from, back of, behind, below, inside, of, beneath, beside, between, beyond, by, down, into, onto, on top of, throughout, outside, to the right, over, and under. Now the next one is showing time. Okay, showing time. If you want to show time, you can use these linking words. Okay, to show time, you can say that, for example, about, after. Okay, for example, it is about 8. Okay, or after seeing each other. Okay, or after given this point, we will move to another point. For example, in your writing, you can use this. Okay, at, first, second, third, prior to, subsequently, until, meanwhile, today, tomorrow, before, soon, later, afterward, immediately, finally, during, in conclusion, next, in the meantime, as soon as, then. Okay, about, after, at, first, second, third, prior to, subsequently, until, meanwhile, today, tomorrow, before, soon, later, afterward, immediately, finally, during, in conclusion, next, in the meantime, as soon as, and then. Okay, so when you are showing time, for example, during your essay, you can use these to show time in your essay. Okay, to show time in terms of using argument, for example. Okay, so about, after, at, first, second, third, prior to, subsequently, until, meanwhile, today, tomorrow, before, soon, later, afterward, immediately, finally, during, in conclusion, next, in the meantime, as soon as, then. Okay, so it is the end for this lesson, and let me remind you the title. Here you have some transitional and linking words that you use in multiple paragraph essays. Okay, so some of the expression, okay, here we are already met, during the first one. Okay, the first ones we saw, that is linking words for essay. Okay, so transitional and linking words used in multiple paragraph essays. There are some expressions here that we have already seen. Okay, when we were doing the first chapter on linking words. Okay, which means that there is a kind of repetition, but here the difference is that they are used in multiple paragraph essays. Okay, no matter if they are repeated. Okay, so adding information, okay, let's sum up it. Adding information, conclude or summarize, contrast two things or show a difference. 4, to emphasize a point. Number 5, show similarities. Number 6, clarifying. 7, showing location or show location. Okay, and finally show time. Okay, so thank you so much. We shall meet for next time. Bye bye.